again, Felicia. Good afternoon. We're going to be starting in the next 2 minutes. We just give more people time to sign on. Aderimola, good afternoon. Abiola, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on board. I'd like to welcome you to this session. Kochi is itching to go. I'm just putting the brakes on her right now. She's got so much to deliver. There is something you cannot afford to miss this session. Get your pens, get your coffee, go and make your tea, get your water, your straw, generator, inverter, switch everything on. You can't afford to be locked out of this session. Good afternoon. Like, as you probably most of you know me, my name is Mayo Olusoji. I am one of the Smart Stewards member, one of the SIC members, and one of Coach's mentees. So I would like to welcome all of you. We're going to have an interesting time. Coach has got some key things she would like to deliver to us. And there is a parcel, a package, a special one, which she's giving me a snippet of you, but not everything. So she wants me to be surprised as well. So we're all going to be seeing what is online. Kochi, I'll be bringing you on in the next 1 minute. I'll just accept a few more minutes on. We have a poll at the moment. If you could take your time to go through the chat session to complete the poll. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can see 1111. Ademola Adeleke says no audio. Probably it's from your end, Ademola, because I think everyone can hear me. Loads of Yoruba name. Yeah, tell me about it. Adeyemi, Shola, Yemisi. Loads of people on here. Thank you very much. We're still expecting a few more. Abiola, we're still expecting a few more. Tumininu, we're expecting a few more. Just a couple more minutes, and then we will start. Just bear with me 1 minute. There we go. Oh, somebody says good afternoon and happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the US. I'm so sorry, I forgot about that. We got so carried away with the Black Friday thing that it started here. I think for the last 3 weeks it's been Black Friday, so we almost forgot when exactly that is. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the US and to everyone in the other part of the world. As Black Friday has been migrated to the rest of the world, everyone is actually celebrating that with people from the US. So good afternoon once more again, good evening. And from the United Kingdom, everyone, good evening. I hope you're enjoying the cold. People from Canada, we have people from Japan. I'm not sure if they've logged on yet. And then I would like to welcome you all now before bringing on Kochi. She will be taking on the reins in the next 1 minute as we allow a few more people joining on. I hope your kettle has been boiled, you've made your tea, you've made everything. Galaxy A1, I'll call that again. Good afternoon. Adeni, Samuel, Ijeoma, Daniel, Folake, Efosa, welcome on board. Iyitayo, welcome on board. Kochi, are you ready for us? I think Kochi is on mute. Yes, she's ready for us. I can see the thumbs up. So ladies and gentlemen, we would like to start now. Kochi, before you come on, welcome once again. This is the Smart Stewards session. It comprises of everything within the Smart Stewards. We talk about the Smart Stewards Academy. We talk about Smart Investment Club. We talk about the Smart Stewards Junior. We talk about Smart Stewards Inner Circle. We have a lot going on and we have a lot to announce. But before we start, I don't want to get carried away. I will say, Kochi, the floor is just now, ma'am, just to get things going. Hello, everyone. Right now, everyone, help me welcome now aboard our lead coach, Shola Adeshaki, MBA, FSA, would I say FBI, CIA, KGB? Welcome, Kochi. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. My, you are such a clown. I'm sorry, my voice just decided to betray me. I think I need to go for prayers. I don't know what's happening. Or each time we're about to do something big, my voice just, starts to act funny. But I'm glad that I can speak and I believe you can hear me very well. Please let me know if you can hear me very well. Nice to have you all. Happy Thanksgiving to our friends from the US. If you're watching from the US, please, let's see you in the chat room. Let's show you some love. And then for we in Nigeria, some of us outside of, the US that have embraced and adopted Thanksgiving, Black Friday and all of that. Congratulations to us. as well. Okay, thank you. Nice to be here. I'm really excited about today. And I am also excited that I get to learn from us because I'm going to be in the chat also, gleaning from us and learning from my experiences as well. Today, I do not have so many slides to share. I just thought it was necessary for us to, kind of have like a fireside chat to talk about what has been happening in Nigeria and around the world. Because, truth be told, whatever is happening in terms of macroeconomic issues, health issues, disruption and all of that is affecting the whole world. America is not even spared, from the coronavirus hitting them so big to Donald Trump not wanting to leave. I believe that their own predicament is even bigger and worse than some other countries. But in all things, we give thanks. And I just felt it was really necessary to, go through 2021 ahead of time. A lot of us wait till the new year comes around and then we start to plan, from the first to the third, we start to do all manner of resolution, setting, goal setting. And then 1 week into the new year, we're back to square one. So I like to do I won't call this a goal setting session, and I won't say it's a vision planning session, but I'm hoping that, with a few points that I will be discussing, we would have our eyes on some things that we need to look out for in the new year. So that's the essence of this meeting. So I'm going to be throwing a lot of jabs and questions at you, and I hope that we would have an amazing time. Now, I have a few slides to share, but before I go on, I have a friend who is, I was trying to read out my qualifications. This one, he has RGA, RGB, CFA, CACA, and all of that. He's quite versatile with macroeconomic issues. I would really want for him to, just have a very brief one. I'm going to ask him a few questions about what the outlook is likely to be. Now, the outlook generally from an economist point of view, from an accountant point of view, might be a bit grim, okay? But again, even if we are going to be walking by faith, if we are going to be walking by, this enormous vision in our hearts, we cannot disassociate ourselves from the reality, right? We must be conversant, we must be aware of what is happening, then we can apply the necessary amount of knowledge in doing what is right. Are we together? So I have Olumide, my friend here. I'm just going to throw a few questions at him. We want to understand what the climate is around the world in Nigeria. We want to understand, from the governmental point of view, from CBN's point of view around the world, what are some of the things that are likely to happen? Then we will come back to our own, strategy, those things that we need to do that I'm going to be sharing with us, and then, so Olumide, hi, I am asking you to unmute yourself. Just a minute. Now you're muted. Right, good evening. How's it going with you?
Not bad.
Awesome.
Thank
so,
God.
Olumide, you and I, we talk a lot about devaluation, this is what is happening, that is what is happening. And I know that you're quite versatile and versed with some of these things. I know you have a CFA as well, So, needless to say that 2020 has been such an amazing year in court, right? Financially, a lot of things have happened. I remember there was a time I was going to change money and you told me, no, Shola, don't do that because the dollar is going to appreciate against the naira. And it happened in less than a week, and then subsequently, even though the naira depreciated, but you seem to have some amount of insights that would come handy. Again, we are not having this conversation to create fear or apprehension in the hearts of people. We want to know what is likely to happen and then know how we can strategize so that we can be miles ahead of others, probably ahead of the government and all of that. So Olumide, 2020 has come, 2020 is going, and we are going into 2021 very soon. What are some of the things as individuals we need to be aware of? What are some of the things we need to be conversant with as we seek to attain, financial well-being and health.
Okay. Thank you for having me, Shola. Let me give a bit of a background on 2020, right? What has happened in 2020 is not unique to Nigeria, right? So, I mean, in terms of statistics and expectations for 2020, right? Out of the 10 most populous countries in the world, you only expect 2 countries to not fall into recession, China and Bangladesh, right? So all other countries are expected to go into recession. Some have gone into recession. The UK has gone into recession. Japan, South Africa in Africa, for example, they've all gone into recession. So what is happening in Nigeria is not unique to Nigeria. It's actually a global phenomenon, right? We call this year a year of twin shocks, right? There is the COVID-19 shock, which nobody expected, and nobody factored in COVID-19 when we're all doing our planning in 2019 for 2020, right? And so, there was a lockdown globally, and that lockdown affected economic activities also globally, right? So it's not different from what is happening everywhere in the world. Very few countries have survived. Very few countries wouldn't go into recession. So it's not peculiar to Nigeria. And let me say, we need to calm down a bit in Nigeria, right? We're all going into recession. Now, I think the challenge really is that, in the Nigerian context, the problem really is that we don't have a base or a solid base for recovery, right? Whilst we've all gone into recession, most countries have gone into recession. What makes Nigeria very unique is actually how are we going to recover? Because before 2020, before COVID-19, there were issues that basically they shake the very foundation of our economy. So the point is, what has happened in 2020 is not unique to Nigeria. Most countries would go into recession. Many have gone into recession. Like I said, very big countries, the UK. I mean, in 2020, Q2 in the US, the GDP grew by minus 30-something%, right? And then there was a rebound in Q3 of about 30% as well. But the point is, even the US suffered about 30-something%, decline in GDP. I think for Nigeria, ours was about 6.10% in Q2, and then there was 3-point-something in Q3, right? The reason why we're in a recession is because by definition, recession happens, when there is a decline, year-on-year decline in GDP for 2 quarters consecutively, then you go into recession. But if you look at the magnitude, right, cumulatively for, the entire year, Nigeria compared to many other countries are not doing as badly as them, right? So the first point is we need to calm down, right? It's not unique to Nigeria, even though the implications are a lot more for Nigeria. And that's because, even before COVID, we're in a very bad shape. Yeah, our policies are not very tight. A lot of things are wrong with the country. And so we feel the effect more on employment, poverty rate, and all of that. So we feel the effect more, right? From projections for 2020, 2021, if you go by, do you want to go by IMF or you want to go by, what our own government is saying? So for example, IMF projects that Nigeria will grow at 1.7% in 2021. Our government is saying we'll grow by 3%, yeah? But 1%, 3% is growth cumulatively in 2021. The Minister of Finance, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, said by second quarter in 2021, we'll be out of recession, right? If it happens, it's good news, right? And also, if you look at, for example, even the decline in GDP that's happened in over 2 quarters consecutively, if you look at this sectoral contribution to the decline, right? And this can help you shape your investment, how you go about investing, right? Q2, Q3, we recorded declines in year-on-year GDP, right? If you look at the sectoral contribution to that decline, right, the sectors that were mostly affected, right, are actually sectors expected to record declines in GDP because of COVID-19. Oil, expected, trade expected, borders are closed, right? So trade expected, oil expected, tourism expected. Nobody is going anywhere because of COVID-19. Manufacturing affected. So if you look at the sectorial contribution to the decline, it makes sense. The point here is it's something unique to all countries, and that's because of COVID-19, right? So, and then this can actually help you shape how you look at 2021. It can help you shape how you look at investment in 2021, right? You can say, if I want to invest, for example, I better be looking at those sectors that are not affected by lockdown, for example, right? So in Nigeria, for example, we saw telecoms, right, achieve a growth even during this decline in GDP. They achieved record growth year on year from last quarter, right? So telecoms is a good stock as it is today, and it's because we're all at home. We're spending more data to do Zoom meetings, to make phone calls, all of that. So telecoms actually benefited from that. The financial service sector also benefited from COVID-19. Agriculture recorded a very small decline in growth, but it's still positive, right? And you can actually attribute the agri sector for Nigeria to some other reasons. For example, the land border closure by Nigeria, food prices have gone up, and so all of that. But the point is, if you look at 2020, right, like Shola said at the beginning, if you do a proper analysis globally, right, what has happened to us is very peculiar to what is happening in other climes as well, right? The issue with Nigeria is that do we have a base for recovery by the time things normalize in 2021 by God's grace? But the point here is you can also look at what has happened and say, if I want to invest in 2021, I'm going to be looking at sectors that are actually able to stand the trials of time. Non-cyclical stock, for example, like food, right? Telecoms, for example, I'll be looking at those stock, right? So I think that's one way to look at what has happened in 2020 and the implication in 2021. I mean, other things like, for example, Forex, exchange rates. If the vaccine, for example, comes into full force in 2021, we expect, for example, most currencies to rebound against the dollar. I think Standard Bank projects 20%, like average appreciation, the dollar to depreciate against major currencies in 2021. So again, a lot depends on what happens with COVID, right? If the vaccines are available for everybody to use, we expect a lot of economic activities back by 2021, and then things will begin to take, a lot of. I think for Nigeria, the key thing really is the sort of policies that would shape 2021 for Nigeria. Whether it's Forex, there's the government, spendings as well. We have currently a budget that has pushed up a bit CapEx. We expect to spend more in terms of our expenditure. But again, the problem with Nigeria is we usually underperform in terms of, of our budget implementation. So I think you can look at it from that perspective. First point, like I said, is do not be afraid. It's a global phenomenon. Yeah. Number two is this can also help you shape your perspective on investing. There are sectors doing well today in Nigeria. Agri, for example, even though there's a decline in growth, but it's doing well. Telecoms is doing well, and some other sectors as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Olumide. Thank you so much for that. So I hear you well. I hear the fact that Nigeria is going to come out of recession by the second quarter, hopefully. I hear that there are still good places that people can invest in, right, and make money. Yeah. But one question before I allow you go is, a lot of people, I'll give you this example. About 2 people have called me this week asking that, because of the frenzy about the Naira depreciating against the dollar, there's so much apprehension. 2 people, and they said they are considering selling their property so that they can hold the cash, right, convert the money to dollars and hold it. Now, there was this tweet that was circulating sometime last week, somebody who said that she bought a property a while ago, rented it out, and many years after, the rent in dollar is, of course, much lower than what she was earning at the beginning. So for somebody, people like that who are asking, who are saying that, you know what, this dollar devaluation seems to be real, and it seems that it would worsen as we go into the new year. Now they're asking, should I sell my property and hold my money in dollars, right? Maybe put it in some fixed income security, or should I just weather the storm and just, just wait for anything that happens, to happen? So what do you think is likely to be the state of the naira to the dollar, and then an industry like real estate, because I know you also play in the real estate industry. For members of the investment club, you remember that earlier this year, through Cocoon Atlantic, we bought some some properties, and they gave us access to the NHF mortgage. If you are still interested, please chat with us before the end of this meeting, and we'll be able to get you into it. So naira devaluation, real estate industry, what do you think, and what would your response be to those who are saying, you know what, I have a land, I have a property, I'm going to sell, and I want to keep my money in dollars?
Okay, that's a very good question, actually, and a tough one, right? So what you find is, at a certain point in time, right, in economic cycles globally, there's such a thing as resetting, right? Whether prices reset to some values that make sense for the time, right? There was such a time in Nigeria that real estate was actually overpriced, right? And so what we've seen today is that there's been like a decline in prices. So let me give you, a friend of mine lives in Ikoyi, old Ikoyi. When he got into that property, he was paying about 10 million naira per annum for rent. Today, and what he's done over the last 3-4 years, actually from when, 2015, when we first had the major naira devaluation, what he's done is to negotiate his rent every year, right? And I think today he's paying about 6 million naira per year. Okay, he's a very smart guy. So the point is, there's such a thing as resetting of values of pricing. What we're seeing today in Nigeria in terms of real estate values is actually that there's a resetting. There was a time when developers were making as much as 100%, 200% on development, right? They will build a house for 10 naira, they will sell for 30 naira. It is a fact. So what we've seen today is a resetting of values of real estate in Nigeria. And whether it's Ikoyi or Lekki or Victoria Land, wherever it is, there's been a resetting. And what needs to happen is that investors need to sort of like reset, you need to reset your values to meet current trends. So if you've invested 10 years ago, for example, and you bought at some ridiculous price, you have to make that decision to say, you know what, okay, the reality today is that this is actually the true value of real estate today. And I can't expect anything more than this. There was a time of boom where things were, Obasanjo era, he gave land freely, all of that. Things are overpriced in terms of real estate. People want houses. They wanted houses. So they were willing to pay any amount of money for land, or I'm a landlord and all of that, right? So there's been a resetting, right? One of the good things about COVID is that it's actually led to this resetting. So as an investor, if you've bought a house 5 years ago or land 10 years ago, the truth is whatever the value is today is most likely the true value of the property. And so you can't base expectations on what happened 5 years ago, right? So if you ask me, actually now is a good time for some investors to sell depending on where your property is located. And now is for some people to buy, because there's been like, prices have sort of like reset to a value that makes sense for those properties, right? So for some people, they may need to sell and either re-enter the market for something better, right? Or hold cash and invest elsewhere. For some, it's actually a very good time to buy. Today, prices are low. One of the sector mostly affected by, over the last 2 quarters is real estate. Growth declined. But guess what? Between October and now, there's been like a surge in sale of real estate properties. Shola shared with us the AfriInvest real estate note a few weeks ago. It was, I got it on good authority from the deputy MD. It was fully subscribed, and that's because today yields are low on government securities. People have cash, and you can actually buy cheap now, and really in very good property. You can buy cheap today, and if things appreciate over the next, there'll be some sort of like equilibrium at some point. A lot more convergence to the true value, and people would expect to make small margins on it. But what we see today really is that there's been a resetting, and investors need to basically align with that reality. For some, like I said, you have to sell. For some, it's a good time to buy. Yeah.
Well, I see you're sitting on the fence, but I hear you loud and clear. For those who,
sorry, it depends on it depends on the value. One of the challenge, and it's not just real estate. One of the challenges of of assets today, whether it's Bitcoin or whatever it is here, one of the big challenges today is, okay, it's the same thing with dollar, right? Today, if you want to buy dollar today, it's about 470 something, 480 something. And you're saying, I have Naira cash, right? Should I buy dollar and keep and expect, in 2015, we saw this same scenario play out. Dollar went as high as 550, 600 in Nigeria. And then by 2017, it had come down to 360, and the government was able to hold 360 for years. Some people sold, they bought dollars and they lost money because they're not long-term investors, right? They sold. So the issue is always, what is the support level for any asset price? What is the resistance level? The point of entry is very, very important. So if you bought really at a time when things were pretty expensive, right, where things are overpriced, right, I would advise you that today, I think there's a resetting, right? Making 30%, 40%, 20% on real estate today is actually, this equity level returns are like 30%. So at a time when developers are making 100%, 150, 200%, right? Today, if they're making 30%, that's equity level return. But for you that bought when they were making as much as that, I would say to you, if you ask me, actually, it's a time to sell. It is.
Awesome. So I hope those who have asked those questions are here and they are gleaning from. Don't come and ask me again what I think. I will answer you. All right, thank you so much, Olumide. This has been quite insightful. Like I said, I just wanted us to have an idea of, what the economy is going to look like, without, I know we are going to be talking about faith, right? I know we are faith people, but again, because we live in the world, we must be aware of what is happening. Now, a lot of people will tell you, I don't know figures, or I don't have enough of figures, or it's not my business. And then they are just waiting for coach to say, do this. You ask them, why are you doing this? I don't know. Coach said so. One of the things that will set us apart as we go into the new year is the fact that we must be thirsty for knowledge. And I'm going to share that as I talk, as I take you through my slides. We must be thirsty for knowledge. We must, go out of our way to acquire knowledge and to take decisions, for and by ourselves, okay? So thank you, Olumide. If there's anything I picked, that this recession that everybody has been, calling by name, we're going to bounce out of it, right? And I tell people that, we've been saying recession, devaluation. Nigeria has probably gone through even worse seasons in the last few years, but we are here, we are surviving. So why would we allow the sons of recession to keep, I have received more calls than ever before. People asking, so what should I do? Some people, I want to relocate. Some people, I want to sell my land. Some people, I want to sell my, I'm just like, calm down, guys. Things happened last year. Things happened during Corona. But because there was this public, what's the word now? The announcement that Nigeria has gone into recession. Everybody's all over the place. So calm down, right? I mean, if investments or wealth building and haste are like oil and water, they never mix well. You can't be hasty. I know. Remember somebody when, the central bank made an announcement that the dollar was going to, the naira was going to appreciate. They were going to set prices, that were in line with the parallel market. Somebody called me and she was so agitated. She sold all her dollars about 2 months ago. And I'm like, how would she be feeling now? Okay, so we cannot afford to be hasty. Thank you, Olumide. It's been a pleasure. If you are here and you're a member of the Smart Investment Club and you want to have access to the NHF loan and mortgage, right, to buy your own property, we have executed, some projects along that line about 2 or 3 months ago. Beautiful, seamless process, so you can get in touch with any of our team members and they'll be able to help you. I am aware a good number of people have actually, keyed into that opportunity. I've been there myself. Beautiful location, beautiful property. And you know what? That's why we are an investment club. So if you haven't joined us, you are welcome. Okay, so I am going to be sharing my screen today as I go into my presentation. Me, I'm not going to be talking about a dollar said, a CBN said, because more often than not, even our governments, they do not have an idea of where we're heading. Please don't go and mention my name. Don't quote me. Oh. There's no support system. There's no recovery process. We are all in the hands of God, right? And that's a good place to be. Okay, so I will go into my slides. Maiwa, I need to be able to share my slides, please. All right, awesome. So here we go. So good evening again, everybody. I wanted us to have that session as a teaser session, and I hope that with this couple of points I'll be sharing with us, we would have an idea. So we know what the economy is saying, right? But for now, what do we do? What should be our own response as individuals? What should we start to put in place for next year? So do you like this picture? I designed it myself. All right, so we'll be talking about the 7 W's for your finances in the new year. Please, the comment box is so quiet. Let me feel you a bit, please. Drop in some points about what you feel about what Olumide has said, and then I'm going to go into my presentation. Now, for those who are watching this Smart Stewards webinar for the first time, maybe you stumbled on the ad or somebody told you about it. Welcome to Smart Stewards. My name is Shola Adeshaki and I'm the lead coach and founder. Just a few things about me. I'm a chartered accountant and I've got about 18 years experience. I'm a personal and business finance coach. I am an author of 8 books, 8 published books, and many unpublished materials. And through the Smart Investment Club, I have helped people invest over $3 million in the last 18 months. And for high net worth clients, I've lost count, maybe over 5 billion in the last 2 years. Okay, so that is Shola Adeshaki for you. So my money story, I like to share my money story each time I teach, because some people, they're like, Shola, you must have been a finance guru from get-go, like with all your qualifications, you wouldn't have made mistakes and all of that. And I keep telling people, no, let me go a bit spiritual on you. Like Paul said, out of all the apostles, my own sin, like, so as a personal finance coach, I have made so many mistakes in the past, but I like to tell people that, if I could make such a dramatic change, if my financial life could, experience such a dramatic change, then there's hope. Like I was an unrepentant spender. I was so clueless. I was so lost, but here we are today. We thank God for what, He's doing for us and what He's doing through us. Okay, so I had no role model. when it came to money issues, I had a mentality that money was difficult to come by. I had no literacy. Don't get it twisted. Being a chartered accountant does not equal to having a knack for figures or understanding your personal finance, right? I was chartered, but my finances were scattered. I had no clue. If you have listened to me before, you would have heard me say, this story. I had money demons. Honestly, and I'm not joking. There was a time many years ago, I would go to church whenever, they were saying, prayer point. My own prayer point was, Father, all these demons affecting my spiritual, my financial life, I received deliverance. So I thought I had demons. I thought I had family issues, patterns that were affecting my financial life and progress and well-being. But over the years, I realized that no, the demons were in my mind. And I was the blocking stone, the obstacle to my next levels financially. But we are here, right? I had many qualifications, but I was at a zero level when it came to my personal finances. And I had a very miserable relationship with money. Over the weekend, I was talking at a conference, and I was meant to talk about, developing a healthy and a new relationship with your money. And some people would feel that relationship with money, like money is money. But honestly, you need to come to that level where you see your money as an entity that needs to be loved, an entity that you can partner with. Maybe not an entity, but somebody or something that you need to, establish a good relationship with. So that is my money story. Many years ago, I was earning about $500,000, where dollar was still changing. You could change dollars for about less than 100 naira. And I was investing on behalf of I was investing for my boss. I was wiring money to China for him. I was doing all manner of real estate investment for him. I was the one changing the money, but it never occurred to me to change money for myself. I had a friend who was working with a bank, and we stayed together at some point. She would tell me about, oh, this person has bought, but it never occurred, for me or to me to do some of those things. So I realized that knowledge indeed is light, right? Knowledge illuminates. What has made the difference when I was earning $500,000 and when I could buy dollars for less than 100 naira? How come I didn't have as much energy and zeal that I have now? Because I didn't have knowledge, right? So, but we thank God that the day, like they say, your dawn breaks, the day your eyes open, that is the day your dawn breaks, right? Okay, so that's my money story. In case you're listening to me today and you're like, this money issue is a serious issue. It's like there's some forces. Honestly, there are no forces. No forces capable of hindering you. The force that you're dealing with or that you have to deal with is illiteracy, right? And once you get over it, you will sure move ahead. Now, Olumide has discussed the outlook for us from, an expert and an economist, a CFA point of view. But me, I am not going to go that route because, like I like to tell people, each time there's a recession, it is not as if money is being taken away from the world or from the universe, right? It's not as if, Christians and religion will be praying, God, let the windows of heaven be open, as though God is going to open the windows literally and pour currency. No. When we pray like that, if you take a cue from the parable of the talents, what happened was God gave them talents, 5, 2, and 1. When it came back, it was the guys that multiplied those talents. What God or what the master did was just to redistribute the talents. You see, from one person that did not use his talent, he collected and gave to the person, right, that knew how to use his talent. That's what happens. So recession or devaluation or whatever, the money is not leaving the world. What is happening right now is that there is wealth distribution right here, not amongst human and angels, no. It is amongst human beings. Now, if you have watched the news and you have been following economic investment news around the world, as of 2 days ago, Elon Musk, right, the founder of Tesla, became the second richest man in the world. That was a position that Bill Gates had, been on for a long time. What has happened? Tesla has happened. Some other things have happened. Even my own grandfather, Warren Buffett, they moved him, pushed him from third position a while ago. By now, maybe he's about on the eighth position or the seventh position. I do not know. But I know that right now, our dear Bill Gates is not the third. If he's not careful, something will happen and they'll keep pushing him. What has happened? Redistribution, right? Tesla has collected money from the hands of some Microsoft people, right? Amazon people, and he has enriched himself. So when we are talking about recession, I like to tell people, please don't get it twisted. Recession, oh, that means there's no money. That's what people say. Literal definition of recession is, so there's no money. There is money. What is happening is money is moving from the hands of somebody into Shola's hands. You get, and Shola is getting richer and more prosperous. Do you get the drift? So the money is here. The money is circulating. And it is not a function of the CBN of countries, printing or minting more money. No, that's not the issue. The issue is that from the hands of some people, take for example, last week there was like a scare. Was it in the Nigerian market? I can't even remember. Some people went to sell their shares, right? They sold when the price was dipping. People who are wise, this is how wealth transfer happens. People who are wise will now buy from those who are agitated. That's how wealth transfer happens. You sell when you're supposed to hold, and the people that are wise will buy from you. That's an example. There's some other ways. Another way Tesla could have become enriched is that, Tesla price just goes high because of some market dynamics or some information. That's how it happens. You get, so please, if you're a member of Smart Stewards or the Smart Investment Club, if you're a member of this community, we are not affected by recession. Now, the song of recession does not mean our pockets are drying up. No. What you need to focus on is how to get more money to flow towards you as part of the wealth distribution going on. Do you agree with me? Am I just yarning rubbish? Okay, so my outlook, I like this quote by Don Juan Tilzopa. He says, and this is very instructive for me, the basic difference between an ordinary man and a warrior is that a warrior takes everything as a challenge, while an ordinary man takes everything as a blessing or as a curse. You need to read this properly because it's kind of loaded. You need to unbundle it. It says, some are ordinary men, some are warriors, right? Those who are warriors, those who are ordinary men, anything that is happening, they either say it is a curse or a blessing. So they are already saying, no, this one is likely to be a blessing. This one is a curse. But for somebody who is a warrior, even the bad things to a warrior is a challenge. So a warrior does not categorize anything as a blessing or as a curse. He just sees it as a challenge. And what that means is that if you take up something as a challenge, what happens is that you are going to, drill down to the bottom of the issue until you have success. Do you see what I'm saying? So it is not enough to say, I am very strong. Oh, this one is a blessing, that one is a curse. No. Everything that happens, including the economic position of Nigeria, the budget, the recession, are you seeing it as a curse? Are you saying, this is a curse already? I'm sorry, Mayo, I need to make you a host. I'm seriously distracted, by the, I'm trying to allow people in. I think you should be able to do that now, right? So a warrior sees everything as a challenge. Olumide has said so many things. Oh, this is happening, that is happening. And I like the fact that, see, these things that we have seen is affecting countries. And I'll tell you why. Before now, if you wanted to buy dollars from those in America, it was so easy. You could buy dollar anytime. Like there's always somebody selling. But you would bear me witness that in the last 2 weeks, it's been difficult. We've been trying to source dollars from the guys in America. Nobody is selling. What is happening, right? I have friends in the US and we're always talking, hey, Donald Trump, what will happen? So these things are happening just everywhere. But if you box it into like a curse, like, this one is a recession, this one is a bad thing, then you would not be able to maximize what you are meant to take as a challenge. So my outlook for 2021 is whatever comes our way, whatever our government does or does not do is a challenge. There's a challenge for me to improve my financial well-being. There's a challenge for me to make more money. There's a challenge for me to acquire knowledge. You see, there's a challenge for me to live my best life ever. And if you allow me to go religious on you, the Bible says Isaac, in the same land, in the same year where there was famine, he sowed, right? And he reaped what? 100-fold. So what are we seeing? Since we have established the fact that what is happening is redistribution of wealth, then we've got to take this as a challenge. So this is my own outlook, and I hope it works for you. Now, what is the strategy? Since my outlook is, hey, everything I encounter is a challenge, whether Naira hits 600 or whether our government, they are doing budget or no budget, I am a warrior. So everything is a challenge. And what is the strategy? I like this quote by Anthony Greenberg from the book of Survival. He says, to live through an impossible situation, you don't need to have the reflexes of a Grand Prix driver, the muscles of a Hercules, the mind of an Einstein. You simply need to know what to do. Wow. Do you find that instructive? Read it again by yourself, line by line. He says to live through an impossible situation, which is what everybody is saying about the recession, you do not need to have the reflexes of a Grand Prix driver or the big muscles of a Eccles or the very, very super extraordinary mind of Einstein. What you simply need to know is what to do, when, and how. That is the strategy for 2021. Trust me. Remember I said earlier on that knowledge illuminates. Now, from earning so well, and I couldn't boast of savings, right? I was like 2 days away from nothing. And I was always waiting for the next salary, for the next payday. But you know what? The day knowledge struck my life, no going back. All we need to know for next year is what to do. It's not about the reflexes. So I put it in the inner circle group earlier today. I said, what would you want me to talk about today, at the webinar? And they decided to say investment, foreign investment, mutual funds. And I started to laugh. Reflexes, action. We are action-driven people. We want to be able to join. Hey, what's happening there? Coach, hey, cryptocurrency. Bam. Hey, what's the next thing? You go for it. Those are reflexes, right? Those are action mindset. You must be able to know what to do part-time, right? And in the right way. This quote, just screen grab it. Whatever it means to you, tag me on your Insta stories or your Twitter page, because I believe some people might even see it in a different way entirely. So the outlook is what? Have a warrior mind for 2021. The strategy is what? Knowledge. And that's what we are doing. That's what we'll be doing in Smart Stewards and the Smart Investment Club. Now, let me leave you with this final quote. I came for you today with many quotes. L. Frank Baum says, no thief, however skillful, can rob one of knowledge, and that is why knowledge is the best and safest. Some of us have just started we just started buying cryptocurrency. They will say, keep it in one wallet somewhere. Hackers can get into wallets. But you know what? The knowledge that you have in your heart, nobody can take it from you. So that's why knowledge. You see, the strategy for next year is knowledge. And I'm glad you are here. You are here. You are all for the knowledge. And we are going to get things done. Amazing things, right? Okay, so let me move into my presentation. I'm not going to bore you so much, but if you are gaining or if you're gleaning something already, let me see what it is in the chat box. Yeah, knowledge. Thank you. First time you're joining this webinar, welcome. Somebody says, I don't even know how to make extra income. Awesome. So this is going to get more interesting. Please don't run away. Don't run away. Wait till the end if you can. So let's look at the pillars. Don't forget my flow. The first thing is that we have the outlook already, which is having a warrior mindset. The strategy is what? Knowledge. Right. So the combination of knowledge and the warrior mindset would amaze you what you can do next year. I am not bragging, but what I have done in recent years with my finances, those things blow my mind. Sometimes I'm like, what happened? No, this could not have been me. But as my pastor says, Pastor Sam Adeyemi, you cannot go beyond what you see, right? Life is governed by principles. Once you apply the right principles, things will happen for you. And that's why we are here. The pillars for next year. There are about 7 of them, but I'm just going to talk about 2, and then we'll go into the practical things. These 7 P's, if you can, I'm not going to, like I said, talk about all of them, but you can go and expound on them by yourself, explore them, read about them, in preparation for the new year. Okay, so the principles: wealth building, becoming financially free has principles. And needless to mention some of them. Some of the principles are, right, it is a marathon, not a sprint. Wealth building is a marathon. That's a principle, because some people want to hit money like, boom, today, tomorrow, I'm here, next tomorrow, I'm a millionaire. I'm not going to go into principles, but there are a lot of rules, there are a lot of laws, that govern building wealth and becoming financially free. A lot of them, right? Another one is you cannot and you should not spend more than you earn, right? So many principles, but today is not about principles. You go read out the laws. And I think in the Smart Stewards Academy, we have a free ebook that talks about the laws of financial freedom. Amazing book, 10 laws, beautiful book. Go grab it. Somebody can help me put in the comment section the link, right? Principles. The second thing is your personal financial lane. And a while ago, I coined an acronym. Lane is literacy, A is assets, N is network, E is expenses and earnings. But I'm not going to talk about that. I want to encourage you, please stay on your own lane in 2021. How many of you have watched that movie called Keeping Up with the Joneses? Have you seen that movie? How many people have seen that movie? When this very modest couple just got this new couple as neighbors, good guy, nice looking ride, and all of that. And they felt the pressure, like, these guys. There's this scene I can't easily forget when they actually went behind their back. They went into the house of that couple, and you know what? There will be things. Social media will pressure you. I was telling a couple of people recently that if you are saying that there's so much intimidation and so much pressure, you haven't seen pressure. We are only seeing Instagram and we are complaining. People will flaunt wealth. There will be some other more advanced technological tools, social media tools that will pressure us. But you must decide to know what works for you, your own personal financial lane, your investment strategy, the kind of income sources you want to stick to, because not everything is for everybody. Not every kind of investment is for everybody. From now till eternity, talk about digital currencies. Some people will not go into it. Don't blame them. It took me years to even start to embrace. I'm like, today, if you got my newsletter today, I said, this year, this 2020 is a different year. Like, I am opening up my mind to so much knowledge, right? But be on your lane. Because coach is doing digital currency or cryptocurrency does not mean you should do it. Now, because your friends' children are attending a particular school, then you want to also measure up, stay on your lane. But lane is not for today. Now, the next thing is the plan. I'm going to talk about the plan and the power of money. Those are my two focal points. But let me quickly touch on priority of purchases. Now, we have said that the strategy is knowledge, right? You must become aware of so many things. You must constantly, you must be research oriented. In the past, I have bought things that were not necessary, paid for things that were not necessary for my business, or even for myself, even for my children. You order some things and you be like, well, why did I buy this thing? Because I just thought it was necessary. But now my team members know, my one knows, we've been doing a lot of infrastructural expansion in the smart stewards. And it took me like 2 weeks to decide on a particular expenditure because I was like, hey, this one, is it necessary? Is that necessary? Not because I didn't want to do it, but because I just wanted to be sure. Now, this year, next year is a season where you have to prioritize your spending. You have to prioritize your purchases. We're not saying what's the word now? Be economical. No, it's good to be economical, but there's that word. It's not even frugality. No, when you are a hoarder, we are not saying be a hoarder. We are not saying don't spend money. We're just saying, you know what? You must prioritize your purchases. You must get a hang on your spending urges. You must be able to say, you know what? This is necessary. Because some people think wealthy people are always buying, they're always spending money. See, when you add knowledge to wealth, you realize that it doesn't work. It is not every time. Number one, that your spending urge will calm down first because you know what? The money is there. I can spend it as I want. You become more mature as you embrace knowledge, okay? The next thing is personal development because you cannot go beyond what you know, right? It's amazing, but that is not for today. Personal development, read books, improve on yourself so that you can make more money, so that you can do more investments and all of that. And then positioning is key. This one, I am begging you. You must be in the right circles. You must be talking to the right people. One of our investment club members, so good. I don't know if he's here. Hope, respect. This guy knows an area of investment that I am not familiar with. And I'm always like, so Hope, what are we doing? This is this. This week, I have handed him. Now you have to surround yourself with the right setup. You must position yourself, position your business. I have a lot of go-to. When I need information on something, I go to this person, I go to that person. You must have a tight money circle, and I'm going to go into that very soon. Now, let's talk about the plan and the power of money, which is my focus for today, and then I start to wrap up this conversation. Please, are you learning something? Let me know in the comment section before I go on. Yeah. Okay, so my P, the power of money. Now, when I say the power of money, I'm not saying money has any power, but I just want to help you realize that if you want to build wealth, if you want to be financially free, you need money. Yes, there's this misconception about money. Yes, I know the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. And there's this saying, there's this quote, I think by Francis Bacon or so, he says that money is an excellent servant, right? But a very bad leader, which is correct. Like, if you know people, why would people go and store dollars? Dollars, as in they open up reservoirs for dollars. Why would people go and keep palliatives? Palliatives meant for, hey, people. Then let's not even go into that. So that those things about money being when money is your leader, yeah, some of those things that come alongside, you're always hustling, you're greedy. We're not talking about that today. But I just wanted to make you see, the positive side of money. There's no way you would want to build wealth without considering the importance of money. And I hope to do quick justice to this explanation. Now, if you look at what I have on my screen, in the world of personal finance, we use these words interchangeably, but they are not exactly the same thing. We talk about money, we talk about finance, we talk about wealth. They are three different things, and I'm just, going to quickly explain it. Money is, where's my wallet? That 200 naira, that 500 naira, that 1,000, that £5, that $10, that $100 bill, note that you spend, right? That you use to acquire whatever you want. That is money. Money is an acceptable means of exchange. It's a currency, even though there are other forms of money, but let us limit this conversation to that money, that note that you spend, right? Now, it is with money you can invest, buy real estate, do mutual funds, buy stocks, buy whatever. It is with money. So you need money, actually, to amass or to acquire abundance of assets, right? And other possessions. So wealth is the abundance of money and what money can buy for you. Do you get it? These are just literally, if you have listened to me, I've taught extensively about some of these things in the past. But for this one, I just want you to see what money does in the equation of things, right? And then finance is the study and management of money and wealth. So again, when you're using the words money, finance, wealth, be careful and make sure you understand the importance and the meaning of the word. So do you get this? Now, when we talk about the power of money, which is my next P, money is very important in the equation. For next year, I already talked about the prioritizing your purchases. Maybe I should quickly also talk on some other forms of money that you might be able to spend. I remember I attended a lecture where the speaker taught us about the 5 C's of money. I've taught it before. He says number 1, credibility. That's a form of money. Sometimes you don't have money. I have friends that we transfer money amongst ourselves. I'm trying to do something. Send me 1.5 million. I'll return it by tomorrow. Now, why would she send it? Credibility. So I have been able to buy whatever I wanted to buy, even though I didn't have cash, but because I had credibility. So I took credibility to the market. My friend gave me the money or gives me the money. I execute the transaction. The next day, I send the money back. So that is one form of money, credibility. Cash is at the lowest rung of the ladder, because when we think about money, again, we think about cash only. So credibility, the next one is credible relationships, right? Or your contact. I remember I read a book or was it a presentation and the person said, if you have a financial issue and you pick your phone and you cannot get 5 people that can bail you out, then you need to change your set of contacts or your relationships. You need to reassess. And I agree. You have a pressing issue. So it's either your friends are not good enough for you or you are not good enough for them. Maybe in the past you have failed them, you have not fulfilled your promises. Okay, so credible relationships. The next one is competence. Sometimes you don't have money, but you take competence to the table and you get your whatever you want done, right? That's the next C. Another C is character, right? Different from competence. Some people are competent, they do not have character. You know them, right? They are competent, they know the job, but character sometimes opens the door for you. I was reading a story that was so inspiring recently. Like the person just a very, very kind, small gesture, and he opened doors. And then the final one is cash. Okay, so the power of money, you must be ready in the new year to make use of whether cash or credible relationships or character or competence. And what's the first one now? Credibility to build wealth. And before I finish, I'm going to talk about the different types of leverage that exist. Again, we are talking about the practical things to do for next year. Some of us, our eyes are on just, I don't have money in my bank account. I don't have money in my bank account. And because you don't have money in your bank account, you are limiting yourself. You are limiting your vision. You see, you are limiting what you're able to do. Take some of these things, C's to the bank of life, right? And see what you're able to achieve. The next thing are the 7 W's that I said I would mention. And this is about the plan. This is what a lot of us want to hear. Those who will say, I want to invest in currency, I want to invest in this and that. These are the practical things. And these are the 7 W's. Now, these are 7 areas that you must write out on paper now, today, as I'm talking, this month, next month, and have solid plans for, right? Walls would be for housing, whether you have a house of your own, you're paying mortgage, or you want to buy another house. Wheels, transportation. Want, clothing. Work, career. What's to eat, feeding. You know, I like to play with words, right? Welfare for others, giving. Wealth, savings and investment. So this is the plan for next year. We have talked about the strategy. We have talked about things to look at. We have talked about, the how to. Now, these are practical things when we talk about financial planning. And I promised that I was going to send us a workbook. Maybe by tomorrow or day after, we will send out a workbook that would help us like put all of these things on the table, itemize them, plan ahead. Do I want to buy my own house next year on mortgage? I already told you that within the Smart Investment Club, we can help you have access to NHF loan, right? Or if I have my own house already, do I want to buy another house? Or do I want to, for those abroad, do I want to pay down my mortgage quicker than I have always done? Take a decision about your walls for next year. Take a decision already. Put figures to paper about your wheels. Transport. Do I need to buy a new car? Do I need to come? Because these 7 things are everything that is to your financial well-being. Once these things are sorted, you're fine, right? Warmth, clothing for your children, right? Work. Am I taking on a new job? What I am currently doing, does it satisfy? Does it meet my needs? Are my ends meeting, you see? Or do I need to consider an additional job, a part-time job? Do I need to learn a skill? Work, career, business. Feeding, that one is simple, right? It looks like this one, I don't have an issue. But you need to plan. Now that there is inflation, women, ladies, you would realize that in Nigeria, for so much, you get so little. You have to plan. Welfare for others. Dave Ramsey is one of my mentors, and some other finance mentors and coaches that I have discuss and teach the importance of giving as part of the strategies for building wealth. It is important, whether religious giving, whether giving to those who don't have, but please let this be part of your strategy. And then wealth, which is, about wealth and savings and all of that. So it is still on the screen. You can screen grab before I take the screen away, this slide away. What areas, which of these areas do you think you need to really sit down with and plan more? Do I need to Olumide said some people are renegotiating their rent. Is my rent killing? Is it stifling my income? Or do I want to buy a new house, wheels, consider all of these things. This is the overall plan for next year. And in the workbook we are sending, you will see a template that will help you write the budget amount and how you should work. It will give you an idea of what you need, maybe on a monthly basis or an annual basis. Do you get it? And this is some of the things that should guide you in planning. So for walls, what are the major expenses? What are the minor expenses? Am I purchasing? Do I have to put down money for equity? Now they said that the real estate industry is stabilizing. There was one word they used. What was the word now? Resetting. Should I buy now? Should I get a mortgage? In Nigeria, you can access mortgage. It is possible now. I have seen that. Up until earlier this year, I would say no, mortgage wasn't possible. NHF wasn't possible. We have seen it happen, right? So what are the major expenses or major decisions you need to take for walls, for wheels, for want, for work, what's to eat, welfare for others, and wealth? Let me draw just very quickly on wealth. What are the investments I'm going to be doing? So do you catch my drift with regards to these 7 W's? Now, I mean, what my own planning or my own figures will be different from yours because our circumstances are very different. So you need to we will make a plain worksheet, plain table available so you can write them out and you can plan. It goes on your vision board, you share with your family members, and it helps you plan. Okay, welfare for others and all of that. But for wealth, what are some of the things I want to invest in next year? Now, in my email today, I mentioned that these are days where you have to drop personal bias, where you have to drop mindsets that would not help you make progress. I use myself for an example. Up until recently, earlier this year, when people would ask me, oh, digital currencies, Bitcoin, I would say my grandfather, Warren Buffett, says that whatever you can't draw out on paper, don't invest in it. But I never found time to learn. But in recent times, I'm like, this thing is not as hard. You can actually learn, you can actually acquire knowledge. And I've been doing that, So I am learning a lot more. This is the time to drop personal bias. This is the time to embrace, because see, financial technology is revolutionizing our world and things have just started. From Nigeria, right now you can buy shares in the US. 3 years ago, it was impossible. At some point, I wanted to buy shares in the US. They'll say, if you didn't have a social security number, and I couldn't do it. Now, from Lagos, Nigeria, wherever you are, you can buy shares in the US. You can buy funds from all over the world. Things are changing. You've got to leverage on technology. You see, you've got to embrace the change. You've got to go with the flow. And it's not a matter of I'm 55, I'm 56. This is a shift. This is a revolution that affects everybody. Because if you think your retirement money is safe, you just put it in a pension account, you're like, no, I'm okay for retirement. If you're not careful, fintech and some other policies will come and just eat deep into your retirement. So these things affect everybody. Knowledge is a leveler. We all need to acquire knowledge, okay? Then you need to decide what kind of savings do I want to do for next year. You put it out on paper and make sure you have your own bespoke plan. And like I said, we will send out the worksheet to help you. So do you get the 7 W's I've been talking about? These are the 7 W's. These are the actionable points, actionable and practical areas that you need to plan your finances around for next year. Okay, I need to move. This is a plain one, break it down. For walls, what am I doing? Am I renting? Am I purchasing? Am I doing a facelift for my existing house? What are the minor expenses? Cleaning, electricity bills. Do I pay estate fees? Security, some of those things. Now, some of us may be like, these things are so mundane. But these are the things that stifle our finances. These are the things that exasperate us, that agitate us, because we don't plan. If at the beginning of the year, you know that, on a yearly basis, my electricity is likely to be 400,000 or maybe 200,000, about 15K or 20K per month. You know already. If my service charge within my estate is this amount, you know already. So put it to paper and plan. It helps you know what amount of income you should expect to earn for the year. See, when you take care of all these W's, then you now go back to the work beats to say, what amount of money do I really need to make to live, to break even, and to live an amazing life? You see, that's the essence of planning. It helps you. Okay, so you need to break this down. Like I said, we will make it available in the worksheet, in the workbook rather. It's going to be free because we love you as smart stewards and we are committed to your financial success. Now, you all know me as the make, manage, multiply money expert. I don't want to go into that. Okay, but those 7 W's are critical. Please plan around them so that you don't get caught up in recession issues. Now, when you have a blueprint for what your personal financial life requires, for what your personal financial lane is, you won't be agitated. We have said this thing is about wealth transfer. What you will go for is how you ensure that more money comes to you so that you can get more money. So, your money circle, I already said that you are the average of the 5 people you hang around with. Understand the power of social wealth. I have benefited immensely from social wealth this year, more than ever before. People are gifts, right? Credible relationships. You must leverage on them, right? You need to regularly assess. Now, I tell people your money circle is different from your friendship circle. There are friendships that you have that you keep, you never talk about money. No way. It's either your friendship circle is becoming your money circle, or you are getting people that flow, that understand your vibration, that have the same amount of energy when it comes to these money issues, when it comes to your financial well-being. And you're always talking. I'm glad. A lot of my friends now, in fact, a lot of them, many of them are in the investment club. We are making this money together. So we talk about money issues. We are talking about cryptocurrency. I'm saying, sending this to my friends. This is what you should do. This is what you should consider. And we're all going together. You know what? They say that in Yoruba, there's a balance that says, Irorun igi is Irorun eye. What that means is that when the tree is comfortable, right? When the tree is fine, the birds are fine, right? When your circle is okay, there is no need for envy or jealousy. You are buying your house, the other person is buying a house, you are doing this, you are cheering each other, you are cheering one another. It's important. Please make sure you reassess, like, who are the people around me? Who am I learning with? A friend of mine nudged me in the direction of a book recently. And I'm like, what? Where have I been? Now that's me leveraging on my social wealth, because I had some questions on my mind. And what I read from that book blew my mind and answered my questions. That's the power of the money cycle. So we are talking about all of those girl things. Yeah, we're buying this. But we're also talking about how we are doing agriculture, how we are buying real estate. That is the drill, right, for next year. Now, look at this, just can grab it. I don't want to spend too much time again. The power of leverage. I called this from the Financial Mentor. And I think I shared this yesterday in my As You Rise series. Financial leverage. You need to leverage on other people's money so that you are not limited. That's what we do within the investment club. In 18 months, we have done over 1.1 billion. Could any of us have done it individually? No. But we have access. I remember earlier this year, we did some corporate bonds in the UK. Fantastic. We are getting reports about how things are, faring. In Nigeria, we are putting money together. We have an angel investing group. We are investing in startups across Africa and across the world. There was an investment that they threw at us a few days ago. That investment sold out in less than 20 minutes. I think it was a Kenyan startup business. You see, I've never been to Kenya, but we have access. That's financial leverage. Time leverage. In the last 2 days, Mayo has been so instrumental. Olajumake, my team members, they have been so instrumental doing stuff for me that I would not have been able to do myself. 24 hours. You can't have it all. You can't do it all. Time leverage. Systems and technology leverage, right? Other people's system and technology so that you can get more done with less effort. Marketing leverage. Some of us, you're business owners, you're trying to do things by yourself. I remember my friend DDK had a conference last week, and I got an email to say, if you want to sponsor so that you can put your advert in the face of our 50K community, I was like, leverage. I sponsored. I said, that is leverage. I don't have a 50K community yet, but she has that community. That is leveraging on one another's strength to get a maximum advantage, right? Network leverage, other people's resources, knowledge leverage. You don't know everything. Do you agree with me? There are things you will not know till you die. You can't know everything. But some people would know before you and they're able to share with you. Some people will encounter some level of light before you and they will share with you. You won't even have to go through the learning curve. That's what happens. You see, it is important. This leverage thing is something you must ride on in the new year. Please, I have enjoyed the power of leverage and I know what it can do for you. Okay? So, as we go on, just can grab this one. Next year, we are unlearning shame and scarcity. Our terminology is changing. Our finance jargons are changing. We are saying the right things. And you can say it as you see it on the screen. Money is a servant to me. The amount I have is exactly the amount I need per time. There's plenty money to go around. Say it all. Say your own. I'm saying my own. Oh, this is my lifestyle. Money is temporary. It flows and more flows. Much money flows to me. I know how to love so I can love money. Respect it. Take care of it. Spend time with it. With more money, I will do more good. Money is fun and easy. I won't say, no, there's no money, there's recession. Nah, I love to enjoy the good things of life. You see, I love to pay good money. I will not be doing Ijebu. Hey, this one is very important. I will pay good money for quality items. And I love to give. I am generous. I am capable of making any amount. Name it next year. 10 digits. Like, they're not playing small again. 10 digits. We are making 10 digits, 11 digits next year. You see? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me, please? Confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Coachy, we can hear you loud and clear, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So we are good with money next year. Smart Stewards, Smart Investment Club. We are doing big money things. We are flying the world next year, private jets, all around the world. Sealing deals, real estate deals, Switzerland, France, Canada, America, UK. We are doing amazing things because we have so much money at our disposal, right? Now, unlearn shame and scarcity. Change your terminology. What are you saying? Gosh, I enjoy the power of positive thinking and it fuels my energy. Like when I'm nowadays, when I'm driving, I like to be alone. Because when I'm driving to work, I'm making some dangerous confessions. Like, gosh, it's so amazing. And I literally see things playing out before me. You cannot, be saying the wrong things and you want the right things to happen in your life. A right mindset with the right words. My pastor said, things happen in life twice. First in your mind and then in your reality. So it must happen in your mind. Now we have talked about a lot of things about recession and we are saying, you know what, calm down. Calm down. This recession thing, don't let it get to you. You must have that right mindset. At Live Away conference on Saturday, I shared some 7 M's. That one is another dimension. I talked about money mechanisms. I talked about money mastery. Maybe one day soon, I'll share with us. I'll share with my community as well. But you see what? Money mindset and the money mantra is important. Your words must be life. And it works. It works. I am a product of positive confession. And you can be a product of positive confession. So what have you learned? Tell me in the comment section. I want to know what you have learned today and what you're executing. Please don't go. This one that I'm going to say now, the next set of things I'm going to be talking about will blow your mind. Okay, so what are some of the things you are going to be implementing immediately, like now? Who wants to tell me? Yeah. Tell me what you're implementing. The 7 W's, right? So somebody says at this declaration, praying, or whatever you call it, confession, affirmation, the right words, prayers, if it is prayers, yeah, confession, you are speaking. Live away, bless me. Cindy Trim said they did some analysis that when you speak, you are releasing something about molecules. It was so mind-blowing, right? Confessions are powerful. Yeah, I'm a money magnet. I like to do amazing things. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. So let's get to the real meat of this conversation. We have been talking about the right tribe, the right energy. This year, I have come in contact with some amazing guys doing amazing things, sitting on amazing levels of money. And they say, there's rejection. When somebody is saying, I am building houses, phases 1 to 8. Phase 1 is about 50 units. Lovely, lovely luxury houses. And the person is using his money, he's not even leveraging bank loan or anything. And you're saying there's no money. I know somebody will say, every year at this particular month, I get about 300 million as rental income. And you're saying there's no money. What are you saying? What exactly are you saying? Those are the kind of people I listen to, because you attract what you hear and what you see. So talking about community and all of that, we have come up with something so amazing. And this one, let me go a bit religious on you. God gave me this blueprint I'm about to share with you. And I told my team, I got a revelation about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I didn't know how it was going to pan out. I write a lot, so I just documented it, the words, the names. I documented it in my diary. I'm like, what is this? But this year, light blew my mind, and I'm going to be sharing it with you. The first thing is that we have revamped our Smart Stewards website. Please, team members, Mara, help me put out the link for our website. Just go and just open it by the side and tell me what you think. It is beautiful. It is lovely. Smart Stewards website. Of course, we have a Smart Investment website, club website, but this Smart Stewards website, beautiful. Just go and look at it and come and tell me what you think. That is the number 1 announcement. The number 2 announcement is, for months, we have been, and this is really, really important now. We have been working on a blueprint that would help our members. Like, you come into the Smart Stewards community. We want to be able to move you from point A, right, to D or to Z. We want to be able to say, you know what, if you follow this pathway, if you learn these things in 1 year, at the end of 1 year, this is what you should be doing. This is what you'll be able to do. So I am totally glad and excited to unveil what we call the 4-level pathway to financial freedom, the Smart Stewards. This is bespoke. You have never seen it like this anywhere. It is beautiful. So what we want to do is, Smart Stewards member, we want to give you 1 year. We want you to give yourself 1 year and go through this pathway. Now, it covers every blessed thing you need to do and know about your finances. And a lot of work has gone into this. We have recorded loads of videos. We have recorded loads of videos with experts. We have done a lot of research. We have, gone around the world literally to see how things happen. We have condensed these things into 4 major steps. And we are saying, smart steward, from now or from January, go through this 1-year plan. At the end of December, come and tell us your testimony about what the Lord has done. The way we give testimonies in church, like, come and see what the Lord has done for me. Yes, that's the 4-level path. It's beautiful. You'll blow your mind. And I'm just going to run you through what it entails really quick. Now, the first level is what we call the smart starter. You have the smart traveler, you have the smart adventurer, and you have the smart high flyer. We are saying that as a smart starter, we want to help you understand everything basic, everything, what's the word now? What's the word? Throw me a word. Basic. What's a synonym for basic? Fundamental, small, minute, at the very foundation of your finance. Your money mindset, how you can, these videos are they are there already. Your money mindset, how you can develop the right relationship with your money, how you can have the right behavioral mindset. At the Telegram group, we're talking about money, your money behavior and all of that. I think it was 2 days ago. We want to take you through spending and budgeting. We're not just like, oh yeah, spend, oh yeah, budget. No, the right way. Videos, courses, workbooks. This one is loud. We want to talk about frugality. We want to talk about managing debt at the starter level, right? At the traveler level, yes, you are gaining momentum. The energy is coming. We are talking about how you can make more money, how you can start a new business, how you can start investments at the various levels. See, you have to go borderless with your finances. You have to go borderless. You can be in Nigeria, you are buying real estate in America, you are buying funds from Malaysia, and we have partners already. So we are going to open you up to the literacy required for investment. I am so excited, guys. You cannot understand. I know we've been working on this. It is beautiful. Then we are taking you through the motions of wealth protection and creation. How do you protect your wealth? We're talking about the different kinds of insurances around the world. Insurances that you can take in Nigeria or from America. It's loud gone. Then we are talking about creation. It's a process. Let me tell you something. This has come from a place of personal experience and from interactions with others, with surveys, other people's experiences. I have been able to move from, hey, no savings, no, as in nothing must happen, to holding like, let me not even say much. But these are some of the things that have helped me. These are areas I have gained literacy in, and it is proven. I tell you, if at the end of 1 year, right, you do not experience a change with your financial life, then I don't want to say village people because there are no village people. Again, I tell people financial freedom is first of all a journey and then a destination. When you go through this 4-level pathway, we are saying at the end of 1 year, you get on the expressway to financial freedom. We are not saying you will make $100 million, though, but we are saying you are totally equipped with the information, with the knowledge, the right amount of. Remember what we said, that quote at the beginning of this presentation. It is not about the reflexes. You are just investing anyhow. You have a strong mindset. You know what you want to do, but you do not have the knowledge. No way. Then we are talking about home ownership. Every smart steward next year, you must start to think about how you are owning your home, whether you are buying cash or whether you are leveraging mortgage. At this traveler level, we are saying, even if you want to buy and give it out for rental, I don't care. but you must buy your house. And we are taking you through the literacy, the tricks, right? The methods. I don't say, I'm any 100,000, can I buy a house? Why not? Why not? You want me to break down the NHF collaboration we did? Yeah. Yes, I'm just so excited, NHF, it is not about what you are contributing. It is about your ability to repay. And depending on your age, you can actually have access to NHF loan, and it is doable. Now, on a platter of gold, a company is helping our members facilitate. Yes, I know out there NHF is very difficult, but we are just strutting, like just going into it like, what's wrong with you? Under the Smart Traveler level, we are saying you must own your home. We'll take you through the process of mortgage, the things you need to know in Nigeria. Of course, overseas, it's a no-brainer. They all know how to do it, and we know they have established systems. The Smart Adventurer, you have started your business already, but you're scaling. We're connecting you to networks of experts. You are learning everything you need to know about scaling your business, operational management, marketing, business development, what else? Branding, everything. We are putting the resources there. Like you go in, you're like, this is MBO. My, this is MBO. Then we are talking about owning your home or property, owning your property for investment. I should have corrected this slide. At the traveler level, you are owning your home, maybe for residence or whatever purpose. But at the adventurer level, you are owning your second, third, fourth home as investment properties. How you can go about it, the things you need to know about real estate, buying a land, and all of that. And then we are talking about wealth accumulation at this level. Now, does this excite you? And then at the high flyer level, see, we are scaling, we are funding, we are connecting you to our partners abroad. We are providing information on how you can access funding to scale your business. I told you that a few days ago, we were on a webinar where some very, very intelligent guys from Kenya, right? They pitched their business, and within 20 minutes, it sold out. Back then, they told me that there were people who put $1 million. Some put $500 in that investment. Kenya. I've never been to Kenya, but my money is going to an investment in Kenya. That is what we want to open you up to in terms of the knowledge and the connection. We are talking about impact and influence at this level, and we are talking about wealth distribution. So you see, Smart Starter, Smart Traveler, Smart Adventurer, and Smart High Flyer. The beautiful thing is that we have created our own bespoke assessment quiz that helps you know where you are. Maybe you're a smart flyer. Some of us, you're like, the results will be woeful, Mike. Whether you're smart, when you do the quiz, as you put your answers there, so will your picture come out. You will know whether you're a starter, or you're a traveler, or you're an adventurer, or you're a high flyer. Now, what we have done is to put this set of amazing, so many resources. For my friends who think I've been busy in the last, I haven't had anybody's time. This is one of the things I have been birthing, and it blows my mind, honestly. My team members know, my one knows, is the Smart Stewards Academy. I've been working day and night. I slept at 4:30 a.m. this morning because I wanted everything hunky-dory, and I woke up at 6, and that's why my voice is like this, because I just wanted to show you an endless world of financial possibilities. You should say thank you before I go ahead, right? So you're going to have to go through the assessment quiz, then it will show you what level you are on. But with what we have put together, we are going to give people a 1-year access into the academy, irrespective of whatever your level is. All these materials are there, but we want to be able to help you pace yourself. So you may say quarter 1, I want to go through the starter courses. Quarter two, I want to go through the traveler courses. It depends. If you're a smart high flyer already, you might just go through everything at a breeze. But you have 1 year access to the academy, and we keep putting resources. When we do webinars, when we do interviews, we'll be interviewing governors across the world, not just Nigerian governors. We'll be interviewing business people. Shark Tank, maybe we'll have an audience with them. Just so many amazing things. My mentors overseas, Dave Ramsey, right? Suze Oman, all of them. I'm believing that we'll be able to interview some of them and dump these materials into the academy. It's mind-blowing. You are in the right community for next year. Please let me tap somebody and tell them, you haven't seen anything yet. Yeah, you haven't seen it. You are just, the action is just about to start. Are you with me? Okay. So these are the plans we have, depending on what you are able to afford. But please, we have made confessions. You cannot allow money get into your mind at this stage. Because some people will be like, they're sitting at the edge of their seat, like, hey, all of these things coach is saying. If there's anything I have learned this year, I do not play with what I spend on personal development, and it has helped me. This year, I have spent money on courses more than ever before in my life. My budget for personal development this year has blew my own mind myself. There are courses still waiting for me, certifications that I know I have a limited amount of time to finish, but I will get there. My husband is actually, I am a voracious learner. I read like 4 or 5 books per time because this knowledge say we must get it. You get? So these are the 3 levels into the new academy and into the 4-level pathway. Level 1, you just want to buy courses. Academy is there, you just want to buy courses, pay as you go. But who does that? When you can have access to the 4-level Smart Stewards, bespoke, original, divinely inspired, humanly, what's the word now? Curated. Try. Let me not brag too much. So we have that. For those who are saying, me, I'm not doing 4-level anything. No, I just want to buy courses. We have something for you. Now, we have the 1 year all access plan, which is regular access. Like you just come there, you read, you do webinars and all of that. But the one that blows my mind the most is what I call the VIP access. Now, I have a mastermind. If you're familiar with the word mastermind, like you have a close-knit, very close-knit, small group where I can call and say, guys, we are raising 100K for something, $100K, done. This is risky, but we are going for it, right? And I can say, my mastermind are those I can say, cryptocurrency, now, enter. It's not the general investment club where I say, it's risky, consider it, if you want to, if you do not want. The VIP access gives you access to my mastermind, gives you access to my mentors, gives you access to my world, what I do. And I'm just going to show you some of the differences. If you go to the site already, you will see, you'll be able to navigate your way around. Okay, but the 2 passes into the 4-level pathway is the regular access and the VIP access. Both of them, you have access to all the courses. But for the VIP, you have a lot more in the sense that we have regular coaching calls, like we are drilling financial life. You say, we got to succeed. So we are crunching figures together. We are looking at your figures. We are telling you what is right, what is not right, what you are not doing right. We are telling you this is the time to move. You have access to top-notch information. Yeah, the regular access also would have this amount of information. Don't get me wrong. But we are saying life is in levels. Okay? So, some people will say, coach, just go straight to the point. What are you saying? $1,000 is nothing. Yes, really. These are some of the things that come with it. We have partners in the health industry, insurance industry, food industry, agriculture industry. We'll be working with them to get discounts for selected services. Private investments, my mastermind group, regular goal setting, review sessions, access to international financial experts, quarterly finance boot camp, real-time international investment opportunities, one-on-one with financial coaches, not just me. If I see that, hey, your own case is is one, you need behavioral therapist, I just say go and see that person. Okay? This does not mean you can come here and say, coach. No, this is different from my own one-on-one coaching. But being a VIP member would give you some great amount of access. $1,000. That's how much? 180K divided by 12 for the amount of things you are going to. Honestly, I wish I could give you a preview into the site. It is loaded. I am not exaggerating. How many courses do we have there right now? Nah. Okay, then we move to the regular. It's 500 per year. These are the things you would get: free books, customer support, access to all the courses, financial webinars, group financial planning sessions. Like, we are sitting together and we're like, this is what is happening. This is what we are going to do, right? But it is limited. But you still enjoy something. So access to those billionaire mentors that I've been talking about. Maybe occasionally we just say, oh yeah, come and join. But this is about ruthless acquisition of knowledge. When I say ruthless, I mean you are going out of your way. You are ruthlessly acquiring knowledge. So that's it. I need you to go to the website to see some of the features, navigate the new website, tell me what you think, read through. Now, if you sign up on either the regular or VIP before the 5th, not 1st, 5th of December, it's supposed to be a 1-year access, right? But you will have your own access from December. So you have it for 13 months, right? We will together have a group financial planning session for December. You will have a coaching call with me and 2 of my billionaire. I'm excited. With 2 of my mentors this December. And we will give you access to a business planning session with an expert. Okay? If you register this year and before the 5th. These are the extra jaras in addition to the plenty. You know, in Yoruba, they say, Iroyin, ko tough for Juba. It will blow your mind. If my mind can be like this because of the work, the amount of work I have put into this, and with my team members, I must really appreciate them. Our coordinator at the Smart Academy, Smart Stewards Academy, Maya Olusoji, fantastic guy. You know, Olajumoke has been quite instrumental as well. And my other team members, Olubomi, all of them, my EA, great people. Some of them have not been at the forefront of this, but for those who have been at the forefront, they know there's no Sunday, there's no Saturday. And even Corona has made me lose. Sunday I'm working, Saturday I'm working, I don't even know, you know, but it's amazing. We have a 2-part payment plan. Maya is going to drop a Google form. Please indicate your interest to be on the waiting list so that if you have more questions, we can drop the questions with you, right? And if you want to pay already, you can go on the website and pay. It is live. And I hope you have seen the website and you love it. I hope the link is there. Payment plan is available. You can drop your, your name on the waiting list. We will get in touch with you between now and Monday so that we can get your details, onboard you properly, give you the, preliminary information and get you ready. You see, 2021, I've shared the 7 P's. I've shared the 7 W's. Now I have given you the 4-level pathway to financial freedom. I have so much faith and this level of energy about the year already. By the way, 2020, in spite of all of the things that have happened, this has been my best year ever in terms of knowledge acquisition, in terms of income generation, in terms of leverage, in terms of exposure, in terms of the connections that I've made. But knowledge made the difference. I wish I could show you my bookshelf. I have bought some. I have about 3 bookshelves right now, and I still have boxes, 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 boxes. Books, nah, knowledge is the way to go. All right. So for those who are not in the investment club, please join the investment club also, so that we can do amazing things together. And of course, finally, next year I started already actually, one-on-one coaching for people. I have about 6 spaces left for the whole of next year. That one is not a community gbogbo, it's you and me. You and me, you and I alone together. We are going to be working the muscles of your personal finances. This is beautiful. These are some of the things it comes with. We are going to be drilling you and helping you see some of your multidimensional flows. We'll talk about your personal and business finance. It is amazing. You will get to meet my mentors. You will learn from the people I'm learning from, and that's it. For those who are just getting to know me for the first time, these are my social media pages. We will now be taking questions. I know some people already raised their hands. I am going to stop sharing my screen. And I hope to also share our new website, right? So if you have questions, you can raise your hand so that we can take your questions. You can unmute yourself, or rather we will unmute you so that you can say your question. So questions, Mayowa, do you want to, take that session for us? I'm also trying to share my screen. I want you to see the beautiful website and some of the things. Beautiful, beautiful. Have you gone through it at all? Wow. Yeah. So you have the 4-level pathway. You have the links. You can read more about the links. Isn't this beautiful? Look at them. The smart starter, the smart traveler, everything. You can look at them at your convenience. Just go through. Feel free to email us info@smartstewards.com if you have any questions, right? Maya, over to you. Let's take questions, please.
Thank you very much, Kochi. Wow, overwhelmed. Honestly, if you think this is expensive, if knowledge is expensive, then try knowing the cost of ignorance. That is one thing it's very hard to put value on. I will start with Noni Alaku. Noni Alaku is raised her hand, or his hand, I think her hand to be. I've unmuted you, Noni. Can you please ask your question? Noni, can you ask your question? I've unmuted you.
The site is lovely. Thank you.
Noni, if you're struggling to unmute yourself, can you type your questions, please, so we can take that?
Maybe we should move to the next person.
Okay, that's the only question so far I'm seeing from my hand here.
Okay, does anybody want to ask questions, or if you have questions, you can drop them in the comments section.
I can see so many questions about payment plan, payment this, payment that. And if you can complete the form I actually pasted moments ago, we would reach out to you personally to discuss that, but there is payment plan available. Now, the terms which Coach mentioned was just 2 payment terms, but knowing how Coach is and knowing how lovely, kind-hearted she might be able to see what she can do, but there are no promises. But we do have payment plan, but I don't think they're monthly payment plan. But we can always look into that. If you complete the form I've just sent across now, we would reach out to everyone on that list. That's the waiting list. And something Coach you don't mention actually is for the VIP, there is a limit on people that can be in the VIP, because you don't want a mastermind of 300 people in a mastermind group. And once we get to the limits of people within the VIP, the doors for VIP will be shut until we have room to take in, because it's something that is more about a roundtable conversation with the group of masterminds. Any other question? One says, how do we join the one-on-one coaching with you? Yep, if you go to www.sholaadeshakin.com, you can register on there for the one-on-one session with coaching. That is on sholaadeshakin.com. You can reach out on that. I'm just typing that out now. You can register on there for the one-on-one session, sholaadeshakin.com. Any other questions?
Is this program only for Nigerians? No, we are borderless. Right now in the club and within the Smart Stewards community, I think we have about 17 people from 17 countries all over the world. We have from Tokyo, Japan. We have, I think, somebody from Botswana joined us recently. We have Ghana. We have Finland. We have from everywhere. You can make payments from anywhere and, just everywhere. Canada, UAE, everywhere. We have from West Africa. We have South Africa. We have Cote d'Ivoire, I think. So the program is for everybody, not just Nigerians. I'm trying to go through.
Yes, Rodi says she's got a question. Okay, is the form on the site? I will paste the form again on here so you can see the form to complete to be on the list, and we will reach out to you. That is the form. I hope everyone can see the form now. If you want to join Smart Investment Club, you can actually go through smartstewards.com to join Smart Investment Club as well.
Or go through the Smart Investment Club.
Investment Club as well.
Somebody says, can we get an affordable plan? You go fill out the form. But again, money is not going to get in our way. Yes, we are aware that some people, are just trying to, get their acts together and all of that. We will see what we can do, but please fill out the form so that, we're able to make informed decisions. In case you don't want to fill now, why not? Fill it now. Don't procrastinate. Eat the frog. We've got how many more days in 2020? And don't forget, if you sign up already, you are having 13 months access. You are able to partake and be a part of what we are doing this year already, which is extra. You're not waiting till next year before you start to plan your finances. I mean, the materials would blow your mind. Trust me. Somebody says, will I be missing anything if I join this VIP and I don't join the Smart Investment Club? I do not think so, because you would have access to private investments. Okay? And as time goes on, we might be able to work out giving a discount now, a Smart Stewards discount to those who are in the VIP, not the other way around. You won't miss anything, because for the VIP we have private investments, right? There are investments that, because of the level of risk, the risk profile, it can't be just for everybody. We have to profile you specially. We have softwares we'll be using to profile you. So it is not just for, and like Mayowa said, for the mastermind, it is a very small, we don't want everybody. But we want people who are committing to, their financial well-being and saying, I am all in for everything. If I lose money sometimes, we are not saying you would lose money, but we are building your muscles. We are working the muscles to say, gosh, you are doing this. And literally, you will see results and, you'll be glad.
Olufumi is asking a question. Is there a minimum amount one must have for investment to join the VIP? If so, how much?
I don't think so. You can be in the VIP and not invest. It's what you have. You can't steal money, right? It is what you have you can invest with. Again, the essence of the 4-level pathway, the main essence at the core of it is the knowledge. Again, it is not about the reflexes. It is about the knowledge. So knowledge is the main driver. Knowledge is what we are after. So if you are there soaking in all the knowledge, doing all the assignments, so to say, doing all the work, putting in all the work, and you are not investing yet, why not? Somebody says, could you enlighten us about the NHF package? Honestly, you have to be in the club to be a part of that package. But how it works is that we connect you with our partners, right? You make an equity contribution that different types of houses. I think there's a 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartment. There are 3-bedroom terraces. I have been to the place. It's a choice area. It is beautiful, right? It's on the island just before Fire Park. Not Fire Park, oh, not far like that. Is it? What's the name of that estate right beside the entrance to Cocoon Atlantic? It's just maybe about 5 minutes after LBS, but it is just off the main road. It's beautiful. So what you do is you have your equity contribution. They gave us some mad discounts. My wife could attest to that. I think for the 2-bedroom, it's about 15.5 million. I'm not sure. I stand to be corrected. Now you have with the NHF loan, you can get 15 million, right? So if you are going for the 2-bedroom apartment and the total cost is 15 million, you will put down your own equity. I can't remember the amount now. When you get your NHF loan, after about 6 months, then you pay the remaining balance, and then you start to pay back NHF. And you can pay, depending on your age, you can pay back for as long as 20 years, as long as 15 years. Okay? There are other house types. I think there's a 3-bedroom, which is about 18.8. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. And then the 3-bedroom terraces, I think they gave it to us at the Smart Investment Club for maybe 27 or 28 point something. I can't remember, right? Terrace, beautiful. Okay, so I hope that answers the question. But when you come into the club, we will give you more answers. Awesome. So the VIP, somebody says, is it a yearly payment? Now, what we are giving you is a 1-year access. At the end of 1 year, we are hoping that you're equipped. Subsequently, we can, because we are just starting out, we can decide at the end of 1 year what happens. But I know you will keep coming back for more. It's mind-blowing. How do I answer the quiz? Just click on the link. As the link we sent, is help me copy and paste. It's on the website. You can copy and paste and put it here, right? And just fill out the quiz. Yeah, close to the Novare Mall. These are plenty questions. How does investing work in the SIC? The individual investments, they are pooling of funds. Together, we have done about 1.1 billion, but that does not include investment opportunities that we have announced to members and the ones they have done individually, right? So it's a hybrid form. You can invest yourself and you can, be a part of joint investments. Do I need a particular amount of money to be able to join the investment club? You can join and just be learning if you have money, but the investments we have done with a minimum of 95,000 naira. Okay, so the goal is learn. We have so many intelligent minds within the club, beautiful people. You would learn. I learn on a daily basis, and we have a functional website where you can log in and learn all that we have done in time past. But by January, God willing, we'll be having our own software where you can invest. You have your dashboard and all of that. But in the interim, we have WhatsApp groups, right, where people drop stuff. We don't spam you. We keep it strictly financial and investment. Okay, any other? Thank you, team members. Ibinike, thank you. Okay, thank you for everybody.
There's one question here, Coach, I'd like you to take. It's from Nonia. Nonia says, what is the difference between registering for SIC for 1 year and the VIP? And Nonia said, I just joined the SIC this month.
Right. So now let's look at it from the point of view of the finances or the cost. Now the SIC is a community of investors where we bring investment opportunities and the requisite knowledge for time. In recent times, we have learned about cryptocurrency, we have digital currencies, Bitcoin, we have learned about real estate. Tomorrow, we are having another webinar about immigration to Canada using the investment route. If you have a minimum of $150,000 Canadian dollars, you can invest. Now, you may not have that money, but the knowledge and the information you get is a weapon. So we bring that knowledge. But in the Smart Stewards Academy, knowledge is at the core of what we do. So we are pushing, what we are offering at the academy is solely knowledge and the pathway. The pathway, the 4-level pathway is actually what we are selling, and it is based on the amount of knowledge we are making available. So it is not exactly investment focused, but the focus at the end of the day is getting you financially free. When if you have gone through one of my courses, the Fit to Fly financial plan, I thought about I taught the dynamics of financial planning. In financial planning, there are 6 elements, and investment is just one of them. There is cash flow management, right? There is insurance management, which is risk management. There is investment, there is retirement planning, there is estate planning, and there is tax planning. So you see, when we talk about literacy, when we talk about financial planning, when we talk about financial freedom, when we talk about planning for the future, investment is just one element of financial planning. So as a smart investment, what we give to you is investment and a bit of investment literacy and the opportunities, the access, right, to investment opportunities. But the academy, we are driving, we are pushing, we are teaching you literacy, right? And particularly that proven plan, that 4-step plan is what we're offering you at the academy. So the academy has its own site and the investment club has its own site. I hope that helps. Any other question?
There are no other questions from this end, Coach. Here, I think we've covered a lot, and I think the form is there for anyone who wants to make inquiry about, who wants to register. You're thinking about it, you think you might like it. Drop your name on the form, and then we'll reach out to you. We'll speak in details, answer all your concerns. We can't possibly answer all the questions I know at this point in time, but registering and dropping your details on the form gives us a contact to you, so we can speak to you and we can answer your personal individual questions one-on-one.
Let me quickly also answer a question. Apologies. Somebody says, I'm interested in the walls of the 7W. I like to buy properties for investment and residence. How do I get more information? We will provide that information. I'm not based in Lagos. Does the NHF loan apply? For sure, I can tell you that there is at least one person who has access, who is on that plan, right? The person has bought 2. The person is buying 2 properties, and the person is not in Nigeria. So yes, it is doable, it is workable, right? For purchase of investment and residence, we are here for you. We can help you. We have partners. We have come up, we have thrown out investment of real estate properties opportunities in the past. Even within the club, we have real estate experts. You know, we just do our due diligence and help you ensure that you are doing it the right way. So yes, we are able to help. And I know the person that asked that question is a member of the club. So yes, we can help you. I have a question. Ronnie, ask the question, Ma. Abisa.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to unmute Ronnie and it's not working. I've told her to ask the question, so I believe she's going to ask that question. And someone has just asked a question about, I think this is Nonya is asking, what's the question about Adebimpe? What about those already in inner circle? Is this different?
Oh gosh. So Smart Stewards is multi-dimensional. We've got so many subsidiaries. It depends on what works for you part time, but trust me, we will work on something that will favor those who are currently in the investment club and those who are currently in the Smart Stewards inner circle. So the inner circle is for women that I mentor. It's not just about finances. We talk about everything. We have coaching calls. We have our own learning platform. And it's not just finance, we're learning about life, personal development, and all of that. But I promise you, if you are in any of the communities already, the fee-paying communities, we will work out something in terms of discount for the VIP. We also have a Smart Stewards Junior for children. We will work out something that would favor those who are in the investment club and those who are in the inner circle. But I mean, trust me, the money you have paid as subscription is very, very small money compared to what you are paying in the VIP. But definitely will give you a discount. Ronnie, you have the floor.
Hello, hello, Ma.
Hi.
Nice to speak to you today, and very good session. Thank you very, very much. I've been enjoying all your freebies that you've been giving us. I did send my questions to you on Instagram. It's been there for about 5 days now, but no answer. So, but I understand. Honestly, I completely understand. So my name is Ronnie, and I'm in the UK, and I've been on the Telegraph group for a while. I've gained quite a lot of knowledge from there. And I've also run the idea by my husband so that, we can see how we can join the club. So some of the questions he asked me, I couldn't answer them. So I thought if I ask you directly and I have a answer for him, that might make it easier. Some of the questions have been answered tonight, so I'm not going to run through everything, but the one that is uh, the main one anyway is that I live in the UK. I'm a Nigerian, but I do not have a Nigerian account. Or I do have a Nigerian account, but I left before I could get what do you call the thing that
BBN.
you have now? Yeah, to get your account. So, and I haven't been for a while. So one of the questions he asked me was, if how do I access if I have profit or dividend? How do I access that? Without a Nigerian account. So I said, well, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to ask Coach Shola. And the other question I wanted to ask was, how is the pooling of funds? How does that work? So if there's a particular investment, how do I pool fund with other people to invest?
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ronnie. Thank you. Apologies. My Instagram DM is a mess. I think my PA needs to start to respond on my behalf. So Mayowa is our Smart Stewards coordinator. He's actually based in the UK and he's been actively investing, right? So yes, you can do it. One of the things we are trying to work out for those, I know we have been at it for a while, for those who are outside of the country, two options. We kind of connect you with our bankers. We have tried to do that in the past. The only reason it didn't work out was because some people couldn't locate the BVN centers. But I think in the UK it should be easy. I mean, UK is not as big as Canada or the US. So we have a working relationship with Stanbic IBTC. Now, the only snag we had then was people were complaining, no, I can't go to a BVN center. There's no BVN center. If you will commit to, once we give you the address of the BVN center, if you can commit to going there to just, register your thumbprints and all of that and get your BVN, they will open an account for you online. That I can guarantee. So wherever you may be, as long as you can get your BVN registered, that is option one. Now, option two, one of our members is in Tokyo. Hilda is in Tokyo, Japan. She's not even Nigerian, she's Cameroonian, right? And she has been steadily investing. What she does is, yes, I know the devaluation risks exist, but we are also factoring how we can help our members who are not in the country. She sends in our money through all of these platforms, Remit. I know she uses Remit. Now we do like a custodian package for her. None of our investments has matured so far, but when they do mature, we are going to be getting our funds for her depending on what she wants. We might change it back and wire it back to her, which is an option. Again, currency risks exist, but she's also careful and we encourage you. Now, for example, we are doing some investments that will return 13% in 9 months. Now, just playing around with figures, nothing techy. If the Naira is going to be further devalued by another 30%, that means, Olumide, please, what's the figure? We're taking the Naira from 480 to 30%. Please give me the figure in the session, in the chat group. Right now, the naira has been devalued already. When you send dollar home or pounds home, you are getting more naira. Hoping that between now and when your investments mature, there's no further devaluation. But again, depending on the kind of investment you invest in, if the returns are high, then you're on the right side. Okay, so she sends in money through Remit. We invest, we will change and wire back to her. Or she might decide to just pull the resources. We have an agreement, we have a letter. By the time our software works, there's a dashboard. She sees how our money is doing. In some cases, she might say, reinvest proceeds and returns. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there are dollar denominated, and this is for those in Nigeria and those outside of the country. Please do more foreign denominated funds. I've been saying this since 2 or 3 years ago. And when we started the dollar challenge for those in Nigeria 2 years ago, I think some people did it was meant to be a $1,000 challenge. Some people did like 50K. Some people did like 30K. Today, they are calling me every day, even though they haven't paid me coaches offering or profit offering, but they are making big money because they have, their funds, they are enjoying capital appreciation. So for those overseas, we will give you access to foreign denominated funds such that you do not have to change your money to naira at all. So we give you the access, you wire the money home. When the funds mature, or if you want to exit, we wire it back to you. Transfer charges would apply, but I know depending on the sum, the world is borderless right now. We send funds to the UK, to the US, to anywhere. I have sent funds to Malaysia as long as the account details are correct. So whether you're doing naira or dollar, we are working out something that would favor you and, such that you can participate in the investment deals that we do. Ronnie, I hope that helps. All right, Myra, over to you. Any other questions?
No other questions at all. I will just wait 1 more minute. I've had a private chat with Ronnie, and we'll be picking it out. I'll be in touch with her. So if she's got any questions at all.
Then let me quickly announce. Sorry, another thing we are trying to do is we want to kind of provide communities for our members across the different continents. Like in the UK now, I am aware we have about 15 to 20 members, right? We will form communities for them and groups for them, whereby we will send to them tailor-made investments and provide support. So we're talking about changing money. Even amongst themselves, they might be able to work out something, right? You give somebody who has a naira account, well, I caveat emptor, buyers beware, but we're building a community where there's trust as well. In Canada, we have a couple of members. We will build and we will work out and start a country or city, depending on how large our membership base is, city-based, country-based communities, so that we can provide more tailor-made resources and support for our members. We would roll that out before January as well. So please fill out the database. These are the things that will help us. UK can start already because I know we have at least 20 members. So UK can start already. Canada, we have about 7 to 10 members. Ghana, I think we have 2 members. South Africa, we have 1 member. US, we have plenty members. And then as time goes on, it may be even among states, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, we will start that. But those are some of the things you're planning to do. So you're in the right place. And please invite your friends, okay? And be our crusader. Tell the world what you're learning and what you're gaining, okay? Yeah. Maya, over to you.
Thank you very much, Kochi. Is there any other questions? This is the last time we'll be asking before we round up for tonight. I can see Yemisi asked a question and I've answered her. She's saying, is it possible to open a DOM account, for people in the diaspora? And said, yes, absolutely possible, because I know a few people who have done that. We actually work with quite a couple of banks, I think Untitled Chapter and a few other ones, which I know people personally who have done that. So it is absolutely possible. If you live outside of Nigeria and you actually have a Nigerian passport, it is possible for you to open. Nigeria is, in terms of technology in the financial sector, Nigeria is at a world standard when it comes to the financial sector in Nigeria. Nigerian banks are operating at the same level as Barclays is operating. That I can tell you categorically. Stanbic Chartered, on just your mobile phone, you can buy your mutual funds, you can check your statistics, you can check your data. It is at that level. So if you live outside of Nigeria and you're interested in running your Nigerian accounts and running investments through Smart Stewards, you've got nothing to worry about. Fill the form, send us an email, contact us, and we will be able to work something out for you. We've done that before, we can do it again. Thank you very much, everyone. There are no other questions. Oh, just one. How do we access to view dashboards for ongoing investment? Yeah, see, you know what? Let's take this conversation outside of this meeting today, and then we'll be able to explain in details. We have a gallery of information regarding to that. Just reach out to us at info@smartsteward.com or info@thesmartinvestmentclub.com. We'll be able to reach out to you.
She's a member of the club, actually. So you can ask on the group.
Oh, yeah, see, you're a member of the club. Sorry, coaching. Yes. See, coaching is a shepherd. She knows that sheep. I don't. Apologies. And there are over 400 of us. You can see that. So yeah, see.
They are sisters. There are 3 sisters, and they are members of the group. And I see all of them here. Kudos. They
wow. No.
I also wanted to mention that if you want us to help you form smaller investment groups, we provide support. If you want us to, maybe you have a group of friends, you want us to help structure your cooperative. And at the investment club, we also have a cooperative. I forgot to mention. We have a separate cooperative within the club, right? But if you want that, you have 3 of your family members or your friends, you want to start a mini investment group, we are able to also help you and provide the literacy. Those are courses. Like anything you can think about in the world of finance is in the Smart Stewards Academy. Anything, cryptocurrency, I want to marry. What do I need to do? I am married. I want to finance in marriage. Anything finance, right? We have it. Yes, you will have the replay. I don't know, maybe not, maybe yes, we'll see. Okie dokie, from my end, that'll be all.
So I will put the form in again, just one more time for everyone to see the form. If you have, just go onto the form there, drop your details, we will be in touch. The form is there for the last time. Complete the form, register your interest, and we will be in touch. Thank you very much, everyone. Kochi, final words for everyone. Thank you all. And over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Do not forget to go through the P's and the W's, the walls. Those W's are very, very priceless. We will send out the link, the workbook, I believe, to those who have attended. It's a proprietary property of the club, but we are givers. You might feel free to share them, but it will help you. We'll make it fillable as well, so that you can have your budget and your financial plan on your computer for next year, okay? Let's continue the conversation on the groups, any of the groups you belong to, the Inner Circle, the Investment Club. Tag me on your stories on Instagram, on Twitter, and email us if you have more questions. Fill out the form, and we are here to succeed together. God bless everybody and have a great night rest.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.